So, welcome back to the Lift Your Life podcast. And I have actually finally gotten a guest on. I know I've been saying it for months. I'm like, I'm going to get some guests, guys. And I just realized, you know what? You need to actually sort your shit out, Lucy, and get some guests on. And I've got an absolutely awesome guest today. And I'm really, really, really excited for this one. And I know I actually put it on my story a couple of days ago saying that I had her on. And I had a few replies like, oh, this is going to be epic. So, and I'm not just saying that to big you up. And, I genuinely got a few replies saying this is going to be awesome. So I'm really excited to delve into this one for a couple of reasons. One, I followed Leanne for a while, so it'd be really, really nice to actually have a chat and, get to know her more, but also because it's a similar journey to myself. And I think for most people who get into bodybuilding, we start somewhere. We don't just walk into the gym on day one and go, bodybuilder. Yeah. We start as a lifestyle. We start just as a general person wanting to achieve something. So Leanne, welcome to the podcast. I'm going to put you on the spot here because every single person that comes on the podcast, you have to introduce yourself with 3 fun facts that people on the gram or the socials might not know about you. So the floor is yours.
God, 3 fun facts.
Yeah.
Okay. This might not be a fact, but I used to be, I used to do gymnastics when I was little. And when I was practicing at home, I broke my collarbone. So I did a roly-poly and broke my collarbone. Yeah. That is something I've never spoken about.
That traumatic.
Yeah. Honestly, it was so painful. My mum and dad did not believe me either. So I was sat for like a full day and I was like, no, I'm serious. My collarbone's in serious pain.
God, that's not good. Less than ideal.
Second fun fact, probably that I absolutely love a gig and a festival. Like they are, besides the gym, that is me. That is so me. Number 3, I don't know.
Favorite animal? That's always a good shout.
Favorite animal? Really strange. Probably a dinosaur. I have on my chargers, I have little dinosaur things that protect your wires. And that's the cutest thing.
But that's a debate. Is a dinosaur technically an animal or is a dinosaur a dinosaur?
Oh, that's actually a very good question.
I have to Google that one off the podcast. So we can put like a little Q box up on Instagram. Because I don't know if it counts as an animal.
Oh.
Is it not its own? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
I've got no idea.
I've got no idea. That's one to study later, isn't it? That's one for when you're wanting to pass the time doing your cardio. Let's have a go. Let's have a scroll on this one then. Okay, so to get started then, let's start with your journey into fitness, because you didn't, like I said, you didn't just walk into the gym on day one and go, yeah, I'm bodybuilding me. You started somewhere. So what got you into the gym? Was it from your gymnastics background? Was it that, you were going through teenage years and you said you want to change your body? What got you into the fitness world, so to speak?
So I did gymnastics when I was young, and then I went into dancing till I was like 16. So I've always been active. When I was at school, I did PE, I did performing arts, like I was always active. And then obviously got to 18, got my first proper job, had no time for dancing, had no time for gymnastics, and just, I never got big. I never put a lot of weight on, but I just got to the point where I just wasn't happy anymore. And you could tell that I wasn't very active. So the first time I actually went to the gym was literally to get active again. It wasn't actually to lose weight. I remember signing up and thinking, I just want to do something that isn't work. And obviously I was 18, so I went out like every weekend, all the time. So I thought I need to do something. And then with that came, actually, I am losing some weight. I am getting a bit of shape, which then led to me, unfortunately, going the wrong way and wanting to be very small, very slim, knowing nothing about nutrition, eating as little as I possibly could. I did so much cardio, I can't even explain it. I think I used to spend 2 hours in the gym. So I would do 45 minutes on the cross trainer, 45 minutes on the bike, and then I would do some sort of class, so like Zumba, legs, bumps and tums or something. But equally, and then equally at home, I had the Insanity DVDs, so I did them. I had like the Charlotte Crosby DVDs. I was literally doing 4 or 5 hours of cardio / really strange workouts a day.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was not great. And then I remember I was doing all this because we were going on holiday. And then obviously, as you can imagine, I'd restricted that much that when I was on holiday, I ate everything, drank everything, and then came home and could not for the life of me get back into it. I hated the gym. The workout DVDs, they literally made me feel sick. Like I put them on and thought, I can't, like how? I used to do these every single day and I just can't do them anymore. So then I just fell out of love with everything and went straight back to how I used to be, put more weight on than I'd ever done in my life. And then I got my second like proper job when I worked for the NHS.
Okay.
And so I was a little bit older. So how old was I? Like 21, I want to say. And I joined like an actual gym with weightlifting equipment and not just Stairmasters and cross trainers and stuff like that. That's when I made my Instagram. Okay. So the gym that I went to was this woman owned it she was amazing. She wasn't a bodybuilder, but she was the first woman I'd ever seen with muscle. And she really inspired me to get into weightlifting and stuff. And then so that's why I made the Instagram, because I thought I can document this. She documented it, so I'm going to document it. And then from there started following more and more people, understanding fitness a bit more, getting it, understanding food. Got to like I basically got to a size 8. So I was a size basically 14, got to a size 8 just through my own going to the gym, doing whatever. And then it was when I was a size 8, I was just slim. I had no shape to me whatsoever. And I remember thinking, if I want to look like this woman who owns the gym, I need to do something about it. And then that's when I got my first ever coach. And then from there has spiraled into now getting bodybuilder coach and going into bodybuilding.
Amazing. So how long were you with your first coach, and what kind of things did you learn from that initial sort of, I want to build muscle, but I don't really have a clue what to do, to then obviously getting to a point where you actually realized that you wanted to take it that one step further? So kind of how did that transition occur?
So my first coach was George Cooper, which I'm sure everybody knows. And at the time, so she was doing a Ibiza prep. So she looked insane. She had so much muscle. And I thought, if I'm going to get a coach, I need somebody who looks the way I want to look, which isn't how you should pick your coach. But at the time, when I didn't have a clue, that was how I did it. And I was with her for a year. I learned so much. I basically realized I knew nothing. Like I just used to go to the gym and do what I wanted to do. There was no structure. I just ate food that I thought was healthy. And she just helped me learn it all. We started on like maintenance calories, which again was something I didn't understand, because I was like, what does that mean? Because in my head I thought, so I'm not going to change then. She taught me all about that, helped me see my physique grow. Then we got put into lockdown, which was just great. You're in a muscle building phase and then you get put into lockdown with no equipment. But we rode that out. She really helped me. We still pushed my food up. She just helped me learn that you can eat food and grow at the same time. Even though I had next to no weight at home, I think she just helped me just really love it and really love the gym and love the aspects of it and love the self-discipline. And I feel like I just learned a lot with her. Like that was 2020 when I first got with her, and then it got to 2021 and I was gutted that I was going to leave her, but I knew I had to. I think there was just, I was going into the gym and thinking, I want to challenge myself a little bit more. And I would, in my check-ins, I would be like, I need something more. And bless her, she was so helpful, and we pushed my calories up to like super high. I think when I was with her, my calories got to like 3,000. So I was still like, we were building muscle. But again, I was counting calories. I'd never really touched a meal plan. And I just thought I'd nailed what she taught me. I'd nailed it. And I just thought, I don't think she can push me any more than she is, like in the nicest way possible. That's just the way that her business worked. She couldn't have pushed me any further than what I needed. And then when I left her, I got with my next coach, who, it was a meal plan. It was very, whoa, all in one. Like, I was only allowed like one like can of Monster a day, which I know you should do anyway, but it was very strict. Like, you can't have Volvic water, you can't do this, you can't do that. And I'm very like, holy shit, like this is a big change. Essentially, when you're with a lifestyle coach, you can eat what you want, as in moderation. So it was just a very big change, and going to a meal plan and not having that, oh, I fancy this today, so I can have this. And I think I say it all the time, and my coach at the time knows this. I think I jumped into it too soon. I wish I'd have had a break to think to myself, do I actually want to go into bodybuilding? And being with that coach, I think jumping straight to it actually made me think to myself, I don't want to bodybuild, because I can't do it. I don't like it. I don't like the lifestyle of it. So I took time away. I was with him for like 5 months, and we built some muscle. Like, that was a surplus. That was a proper like bodybuilding surplus. I put loads of weight on, whatever, dieted down. And I just thought, I need some time away, because I don't know what I want to do. I just don't know what I want to do at this point. Took time away. And that time away, so I was growing my business. I didn't have time to concentrate on myself, basically. And then I think I coached myself for like 3 months, then realized, okay, you need a coach, even if you just get them for the accountability. But in the back of my mind, I was still like, but I love bodybuilding. I love watching it. I love seeing bodybuilders. I basically live the life of bodybuilder, because I still eat the same shit every day. I still go to the gym. I still do all of these things. Got with my coach and said to him, I don't know if I want to bodybuild. Please don't treat me like a bodybuilder. I just want a coach. And then the more I got into it with him, I thought, why not? Like, this is literally, I think about it every single day. I follow shitloads of bodybuilders. I pretend to pose in the gym. Like, I went to Ultra Flex and I would pretend to pose in the posing rooms. And I just thought, give it a go. And then now that I've said I'm going to compete, I love it. Like, every day, I love it. I love my food. I love my training. I love how hard it is. And that's basically the journey of having coaches.
That's really interesting. What point was it then, was it when you were with Georgie then that you realized that you enjoyed bodybuilding? When you were saying you wanted to push yourself further, was it bodybuilding you wanted to do, or was it just wanting to just go to another extreme? What was it?
So I thought about bodybuilding, and I spoke to Georgie about bodybuilding, and she said to me when I left, she said, you could compete one day, and I see you competing. And I think because I had a lot of respect for her and I looked up to her a lot, that was the first time I thought, oh, maybe I could do it. And then the next coach that I went to, he said to me, I will never take you to stage. But I thought, that's fine, because I don't know if I want it. I don't know if I want stage. So we initially were just going to do a photo shoot, and that was the idea. If I can do a photo shoot, if I can go into a surplus, if I can prep for a photo shoot, I can compete. But I just think I did it way too soon. I was also starting up my business. I didn't know enough about bodybuilding. So like, even bikini figure, I couldn't look at somebody and say, that's a bikini athlete, that's a figure athlete. Whereas now I'm like, well, yeah, it's quite obvious. I just knew nothing. So I think I just dived into it too quick. But like, whilst I was with him, I still thought to myself, I think I want to step on stage one day. I think I want to step on stage one day. And I would talk to my friends and I would say like, I think I want to compete. And they would say to me, so why are you not competing? But I think I just put that much pressure on myself that I then started to think, nah, this is not for me. But then taking that time away was just what I needed to think, no, actually you do, like you love that, love that lifestyle, so just go for it.
Love that. Amazing. You kind of touched on it a little bit, and I know we've had a conversation about this on Instagram about keeping things under wraps, but just for the people listening, then obviously now you've kind of said, I am going to compete. What are you sort of thinking future plans wise for yourself, in terms of, do you think this is going to be just give it a go one time? Do you see this being quite a long-term thing? What does the future hold for you in the world of fitness?
So I know, I'm not going to say when I'm going to compete, just because like me and you spoke on Instagram the other day, having that pressure, like when I see people and they're like, I'm 6 weeks out, that gives me anxiety, because I think, oh my God, if that was me, and then in 6 weeks time, my coach turned around and said, you're not ready for stage.
Yeah.
I just don't want that extra pressure.
It's awful.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Worst feeling in the world. I'll actually hands down say that. Showing up to an in-person check-in and us both just going,
no.
Nah, I was just like,
because you've done that with your photo shoot, haven't you?
Well, that's what happened. Yeah, I wasn't really going for an in-person check-in. My friend was, because she's competing. Yeah. And she said, "Oh, come down and we'll have a look anyway." And this was, I think we were like 2 or 3 weeks out at that point. And we took my top off, just put in a sports bra, like not like full like, bikini, but just like short sports bra. Yeah. And I was just like, because of like, there's so many other things why, but I just don't look the way that I should be looking at this point, and I'm not happy with it. And she was like, I can understand why. So we had the conversation and then moved it. But again, it was almost that external pressure of not just I'm disappointed, but I almost feel like I've let people down, or you've got that external pressure because everyone around you is going, oh, I'm so excited for you. You've got 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Yeah. And it's like, so like I said to you, now I've kept it completely under wraps. I've literally told like a handful of people. Yeah. It feels so much better, because it's like, there's no one I have to be proving, because you're not proving yourself to anyone. Let's be real. You're not, no one really cares. But deep down you have that, especially with me. I was putting it everywhere. It was on my podcast, my Instagram, I've documented it on YouTube. So it was just always, people were aware. And it's like, actually, do you know what? When you can just do it for you, and the only people that know are the people that you really need to know, like your best mates and your coach. Yeah. So much easier. So much easier. Especially if like, it's not my first time doing it, but I think especially when it is a first time as well. Yes. I think it's a really good shout. I really do. Yeah. I think I watched a video, I can't remember whose video it was, but they were saying that the pressure of people messaging them and saying like, oh, you're going to do amazing, you're going to be amazing, was way too much. And then obviously when it doesn't help. That's what she said. She was like, it's actually in the nicest way possible. Wish people didn't message her to say those things. Yeah, absolutely. So I think that's, I don't want to say when, but I met my coach this weekend actually. Yeah. And we have our goals. We know potentially when I will step on stage. And I think he is amazing, but he's so cutthroat. He won't bullshit me. Like he's already said to me now, if you were to step on stage, you'd look like I wouldn't look great, because I just don't have the muscle. So we're going to be growing for the rest of this year. So I'm going to do a very, very, very big, long can you call it off season when you've not competed? I do. I've called improvement season, because there's no days off in bodybuilding, so it's not an off season, it's improvement season. Improvement season. And then I think I definitely want to do more than one show. Yeah. I think if you're dieting down for that long, absolutely go for it. And then I suppose it's just seeing how we do. Like, I don't have these thoughts of I want to win. I know in my head now, I would love one day to like win an overall. If we're, because people keep saying to me, oh, do you want to go pro? Are you going to aim for Miss Olympia and all this? And I'm like, whoa, I've not even done my first show yet. Like, I've got no idea. So for me right now, my goal is like one day I would love to have a sword, and my coach knows that as well. So for me, like, that's my goal at the minute. But again, I might do one show and think, absolutely, this is not for me. I don't do well on low food. I mean, I do, but like, it's going to be interesting to see how hard it gets, I think. 100%. Yeah. Do you think you're going to keep it quite, I mean, obviously the time things can change, but when you actually go into the prep, I think people will obviously pick up that you're dieting. So are you going to say you're on prep, but then not say when? Or do you think it's going to... Yeah, I think I will. I think I'll say when prep starts, but I won't say, like when I post my check-in updates, I won't be like 16 weeks out. I think I'll just be like, okay, week 3 of prep, so to speak, just so that people, because obviously people are going to know that I'm getting leaner, and I probably start not posting as much, but I don't want that pressure of this is the day that I'm competing. No. Does that make sense? It does. I mean, people like me who know bodybuilding will probably be able to work it out, because like, right, she wants to do this she's doing this, she's probably about, because there's someone on Instagram at the moment doing that. They've not disclosed their shows, and they've got a decent following for this reason. They don't want the external pressure. I worked out which show it was like, right, you're doing these 3 shows that are next to each other, these feds, these dates, so realistically it's got to be this date, this date, and this date.
But that's another thing, like, in the nicest way possible, the amount of people that follow me that aren't bodybuilders that will say, you look amazing, and I appreciate it so much, and I know it's coming from the nicest place, but these people don't know the standards of bodybuilding.
Absolutely.
Which is why I think, like, I just think people that don't really know what I need to look like telling me that I look good for me actually won't do me any good.
Absolutely. I think this is probably actually why it's easier for some people who are a bodybuilding account to document it, because the responses they're going to get are from people who understand bodybuilding, will be like, mate, you're looking on point, actually, you know what, you're coming in too fast or whatever. People like us who, we're not bodybuilding accounts, we bodybuild, but we are lifestyle coaches, we're just general quite normal, well, not normal, but you know, people. I've had it in this prep, like, obviously I don't want to get stage lean, but I want to get beyond what the normal human would probably class as lean. It's like, I've got a selfie the other day up in gym, and someone's like, you look amazing, you could do your shoot now. I'm like, mate, no, I couldn't. Because they don't understand
don't get it.
We look, because our off season, to be fair, for like a normal person would probably be in shape. But for bodybuilding, it's a totally different ball game. So like you said, when you get in these messages from people going, you're looking on point, you're looking amazing, it's like, I am, if I was going to Ibiza, or if I was, you know, getting in shape for my wedding, I'd look blooming banging.
Amazing.
But it's a totally different ball game. And when people don't understand it in the nicest way possible, those comments, it's almost not insultive, that's the wrong way, but it just doesn't.
They're not helpful.
It's almost like when your mum, isn't it? You and your mum, so you look amazing, and it's like, you know, I look like shit, you're just trying to be nice. It's that kind of thing, isn't it?
100%.
Amazing. Well, I'm really excited to watch it, you know, unfold over sort of the next few years. And I think people will be interested as well, because it is really cool to watch someone's journey from, you know, just a normal, well, you know what I'm trying to say, just from lifestyle into this page. I really, really enjoy watching that. And it is always interesting to watch, because when you do it for the first time, it's like a totally different, you know, you never go to that length, you never go to that extreme, and just see how people react and respond. It's really, really interesting. Got a few questions on Instagram, if it's okay with you to run through, mostly about sort of bodybuilding. Some are a bit more fun, but we'll go through these. I just picked out a few, so I think we've already kind of covered this, but we'll make sure that we have. And it was there a specific one thing that made you realize that you wanted to move away from lifestyle and transition to bodybuilding?
I think, in the nicest way possible, and I don't want this to come across negatively against my old coach, but I think there was one time when I like renewed my like program, and I read it and thought, I can do this. I don't need somebody to tell me what to do. And I think it was like, I think there was just one check-in, and I thought, I could do this by myself. I could I could do this by myself, but I knew that I didn't want to just do this anymore. I think I was just bored of a standard lifestyle, so to speak, check-in, and a lifestyle aspect to it, because I was so disciplined, and I was so like, I would never, like, I'm not trying to sound really big-headed, but I would never come away from a plan ever. And if I was going on like a night out, I would track it. I would make myself accountable. And I think it was just that last month with Georgie that I just thought, I don't need this anymore. If I wanted to stay like this, and I wanted to stay this kind of client, I could do it myself. So that was when I was like, okay, so push for something now, because you know that you could probably do it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Quite similar to myself, actually. When I left, I had like a PT coach who it was very lifestyle, and I kind of got to a point where like, But at this point, I knew I wanted to do bodybuilding because I was surrounded by bodybuilders. And I was a bit like you. I was like, I love her to bits. And like a breakup, doesn't it? When you go through.
Oh God, I cried so much. I cried so much.
I cried as well. But I was like you. I was like, I want something more. I want to be more meticulous because I do it anyway. You know, I'm meticulous with like stuff. I want to be pushed. I want to go to that length and see what I can really do. So yeah, it's interesting, that, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Next question is not really related to anything we've been talking about, but I think it is, as coaches, I think it's something that we could cover and help out with. So it's actually from one of my clients, and she said, advice for bigger girls in the gym in terms of building confidence.
Oh, right. Okay. I have a lot of my girls that are the same as this. I think, you know, if you have a coach, so if you're with Lucy for a start, you've got your plan. And what I say to my girls, whenever they come to me and they're like, I'm so anxious to go in the gym, I always say, get to the gym, look at your plan, and you don't have to walk into the gym and straight away get on a piece of kit. If you have to sit in that toilet, in that changing room for half an hour and look through your plan, then so be it. Also, just remember as well, every single person is in the gym because they want to better themselves. They are. People that go to the gym, we are literally the most insecure people on the planet. Like, because when I'm in the gym, I look at my own physique and think, oh my God, I need to work on this, I need to work on that. I don't really care what anyone else is doing. And I think when you're new to the gym, or when you're a bigger person, like your clients just said, I think it's very easy to think, I don't belong here. Yeah. But you've got to remember, everybody starts somewhere. Yeah. Like whoever you are looking at also walked into the gym for the first time at one point. And equally, you don't know what somebody used to look like. Like I didn't, when I walk into the gym, I didn't used to look like this. Oh my God, 5 years ago, I had not a single bit of muscle mass on me. But yeah, it gets easier every single time that you walk in there, I think.
For me as well, I think what it comes down to is your mindset. So it's all about that self-fulfilling prophecy. If you think people are going to be looking at you, every time you just catch someone, you know, because we all do it mid-set, we also have a gander around and your eyes catch someone. It happens, you know, it happens in Morrison's, for Christ's sake. Yeah. You're then going to see that as people are watching and looking at me. Yeah. Rather than that dude over there who's just having a scroll on Insta and just, you know, gazing in space. Like, there's a guy today in between sets, and he was literally just kind of like, he finished his set and then just staring at space. And I didn't take that personally. I'm like, he's just a bit, it's not quite with it, is he? But if I had that mental perception of, I can't go in the gym because people are going to be staring at me for X, Y, and Z reason, I'd have seen that as he's staring at me because of I don't belong here or I don't look good enough. So it's just that mental attitude to know that it happens everywhere. Next time you go to Morrison's, just out of interest, see how many people eyes you catch. They're not staring at you because thinking you don't belong in Morrison's, mate. It's just what happens. So you will choose to see what you want to see, if that makes sense. So try and get out of your own head. And this is when you just got to put your headphones on. Just put your headphones on, listen to Beyonce, and just look what anyone else thinks. Because do you actually care? That's the thing as well. Do you actually give a shit what this person you're probably never going to see again, who is an absolute minger, let's be real, sweating, dripping, gross, has to say or think about you? Yeah, exactly. No, not all. I know I don't. Can't give a shit. No. You will get that. You will eventually get to a point where it's like, I just don't. Yeah, you just don't care. Or if someone is actually being a complete weirdo, which it does happen, it happens anywhere, you'll learn the confidence to go, what's your problem? Yeah, like, literally. What's your problem? Yeah. And then usually they're like, oh, no. Yeah. It's like, you were staring at me. It happened in the old gym I went to. There was a guy and he was watching my friend deadlift, and she was doing sumo deadlift. So, you know, it's a really nice bum. And he was literally, I kid you not, just stood watching like this. Really? So I went, you got a problem. Yeah. Yeah. And that's acceptable. And he was like, oh, no, I won't look. I'm like, mate, your eye path and her backside. Yeah. Straight line, hun, straight line. Like, you weren't even masking. You weren't even doing the whole, you know, scrolling. Yeah. Literally. You were looking. It's like, that's not okay, hon. That's not okay. Get out. Absolutely not. Next question. This is one that's got me thinking. So when I read this, I actually had to have a bit of a think, and I still don't know. And the question was the ultimate diet / on a cut meal. So I'm guessing they mean like the best meal that you could create when you are in a deficit. And I don't have a bloody clue.
I suppose it depends. I remember when I counted my own calories, my favorite meal used to be Greek yogurt with a scoop of whey and then some like Cocoa Pops or some sort of like light cereal and then strawberries on the other side. And then I would always get like the skinny food sauces or like My Protein flavor drops. That used to be my favorite meal because you can the protein is absolutely amazing.
You can make some volume with Greek yogurt and whey. You can really make some volume. And what you're doing at the moment, that hack with the freezing, it's a bloody game changer as well.
Oh yeah, if you are bodybuilder, whatever, eat like we do, Greek yogurt whey in the freezer, it's like ice cream. I mean, it probably isn't, but
it takes you longer to eat as well.
Like, literally,
takes you longer to eat. And again, you can still add things to it. Like you can add things like, you know, frozen fruit, and which is not very, very high calorie. And that's a brilliant one. I'm trying to think of mine, because I'm on a meal plan at the moment. Everything, I'm just
that's the thing.
What it is. I'm probably going to say a really good meal that you can have that is really high volume. Well, you can make it bloody high volume for about 200-300 calories max. Mexican fajita salad bowls. So you just load that shit with lettuce at the bottom, and then obviously you cook your chicken, and you can do some veg as well in your fajita seasoning, which is just so good. Then you use like a Greek yogurt or a lightest Philadelphia as your sour cream. Salsa's got naff all calories in it, and then if you've got the scope for a bit more calories, you could then add some avocado or some of that spicy Mexican rice. And I think even with the avocado and Mexican rice, I've done it for less than 400 calories, and you can make that mofo a big ass bowl. Like
100%.
That's pretty decent.
I
can't think of another one.
No, neither can I.
Because I guess the thing is with dieting food, it's usually just the same. It's just less, and then you can just make a few swaps. Like, have you ever used those butternut squash chips from Sainsbury's? They're pretty good.
Yes, I have. They are so good. Yeah.
It's like little things like that you can just make swaps with. But I wouldn't say there's necessarily diet food and like bulking food. It's just quantities, and then certain things when you're dieting, like you wouldn't eat them when you're at the peak of a bulk. A massive salad would just be stupid because your appetite isn't high.
Absolutely.
And then when you're at the peak of a diet, getting all of your calories from something very, very calorically dense, like I don't know, like eggs and avocado on like a bagel, which would be like, you know, 600-700 calories, would be stupid. Like, because it's not really going to fill you up, is it? So I guess that's that question answered. I can't think of anything else. This is the thing, talking to bodybuilders who are boring, who eat the same shit every day. I'm not very creative with this sort of thing.
It's like with a Greek yogurt in the freezer meal. If one of our clients had that, they'd probably be like, what?
To be fair, I did it, and a couple of my clients copied me. And this is the thing about whey protein, right? I'm going off on a bit of a tangent, but it really, really grinds my gears. I honestly don't see why people get like so like iffy about it, because at the end of the day, I think more people should have it in the diets, because it's so it's so versatile. You can do so much with it. The benefits of a higher protein intake for even Gen Pop people is so good. So like I put it on people's like suggested supplements, like, this is not what bodybuilders have. Like, no, it's just what people can have. And it's like when we said, when you add it to Greek yogurt and stuff like that, Greek yogurt on its own is not great. Let's be real.
Oh no, it's vile.
Not great.
No.
You add a scoop away or half a scoop. Texture's banging. Flavors, but it's gone on such a tangent here. I think I'm missing Greek yogurt, don't you? Okay, this is quite a good question, actually, this last one, before my question. And this is the main difference between lifestyle and bodybuilding. And I don't know what my answer would be for this, but I'll let you go first.
Okay, so I feel like, talking from my own experience, when I was a lifestyle client, you don't have as much pressure. I think there's no timeline to anything that you are doing. If you can only get to the gym 3 times a week, that's fine. If you are going on a night out with your friends, that's fine. You know, there's things you can do. You can either go and enjoy yourself, or you can like bank your calories, whatever. You just don't have to be so rigid. It's more like building habits, I think, when you're a lifestyle client. You know, making sure that you have that discipline to be like, okay, I'm going to go for a walk now. But equally, if you miss 1,000 steps, you're not like, okay, your coach isn't going to give you a slap on your check-in. It's 1,000 steps. And then I think with bodybuilding, I feel like it's the complete opposite. It is like you have, especially when it's prep, I suppose, is like you have to get those steps in. You've got 500 steps, right, okay, go and do them. You can't be bothered to do your cardio. tough shit. You've got cardio. You want, you know, your friends, you're going out with your friends and they're all drinking tough shit. You've got to sit and have a Diet Coke or a water. And I think that's where lifestyle is just so more free flowing.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've still got to have that discipline about yourself.
Yeah.
And you can still say to your friends, no, actually, I don't want to drink tonight. Equally, it's not the end of the world if you come away ever so slightly. Whereas for us, for example, it is like if you tonight ordered a takeaway, your coach is probably going to be like, right, Lucy, what the fuck? Literally. Whereas if one of your clients checked in tomorrow and said, Lucy, I've had a takeaway, it's like, okay, that's fine. What can we do for the rest of the week, sort of thing?
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say something similar. It's that thing with lifestyle is ultimately you do have to be somewhat consistent, otherwise you aren't going to get anywhere. You can't have takeaway every night and miss your steps every single day. Absolutely. But it's that kind of, let's see it as you don't have to be 100%. Do you know what I mean? Like 70-80% is fine. You know, you miss a couple of things here and there, it's fine. I even put on my story this morning about a kind of on this topic. Like this morning I woke up, I've not been sleeping very well, and honestly this morning I felt like death. Yeah. And I had to go do my fasted cardio because that is my tick box to do. Whereas if one of my clients had messaged me and said, Luce, this morning I meant to go do my cardio, but I've not been sleeping because of, you know, the kids or whatever the reason was, and I just feel terrible, I'd be like, that's okay. Do you know what I mean? Like rest up. Whereas with bodybuilding, it is a case of, doesn't matter how you feel. Obviously if you're ill, it's still totally different. But it doesn't matter if you're a bit tired, you're a bit stressed, your schedule is stacked out, your boxes get ticked. It is kind of that all or nothing, isn't it, really, with bodybuilding? Because it's like, well, if you don't tick your box, you aren't going to be your best. And it's all about optimizing everything. Whereas lifestyle is trying to make things better. Shaping healthy habits, doing what you need to do to be on the trajectory to where you want to be. But if you aren't 100%, that's sound. It's fine. 100%. Or not, if you're lifestyle. Amazing. That's all the questions that people had. Now, just to wrap the podcast up, I'm going to go with my signature question. And I actually forgot that this was a signature question. This is how long it's been since I've done a podcast. But it's a very important question. Okay. And this could very much make or break our, I'm going to call it a friendship, because I feel like we're definitely getting towards that status now. Okay. Your favourite cereal? Oh, right. Okay. At the moment, it's Golden Nuggets. But oh no, I think Golden Nuggets. Okay, that's what I'm gonna go for. That's acceptable. Oh God, why? What's yours? Oh, it sounds really bad, but I've not really had like cereal in ages. I had it on my plan a little bit because of like low food volume. It was just Cocoa Pops, Rice Krispies, because you know you get more for the calories. So that's what I had with. And puffed wheat. Oh my God, right? If you are on poverty calories and you want cereal, have puffed wheat. You can have so much for like 15 grams is huge. It's amazing. Just saying. But if calories weren't an option, I don't know if they do them all the time, but Aldi do these like seasonal cocoa and peanut butter balls. Now the macros are bloody horrendous on them. Horrendous. I've seen them. For like 10 grams of fat for a serving or something. It's stupid. But oh my God, they are amazing. Incredible. But if I was just going to pick one, like if when I finish this and then I want some like post-workout cereal or what have you, I'm just going to go into Asda and pick one up. Lion Bar, probably. Oh, good choice. I have just remembered. Curiously cinnamon. I've not had that in so long. Great. That is nice. That's a nice one. Cereal. Yeah. I know it's a really, really boring one, but I do generally think a good massive bowl of Cocoa Pops is, you can't really beat it. To be fair, especially when you're really hungry. You've got an ice cold whey protein shake, blend it with a shit ton of you can tell we're dieting, can't you? Because we're getting so excited about blended protein shakes, Jesus Christ. But that poured onto like a massive, because you can have a big bowl, you know, like a mixing bowl. Yeah. That is pretty satisfying. Yeah, it really is. I have to agree on that one. We'll go with that. That's an acceptable answer there. What did someone actually said on a previous episode, I can't remember who it was, Rice Krispies, and I literally just wanted to disown the whole podcast. Absolutely not. Who picks that as your favourite? Oh no, we've even cornflakes or something worse. It's like, that is just... no, it's like Cheerios as well. I don't get them. They're all right. Are they though? The honey ones. It's like my dad. When I lived at home, all he had was fruit and fiber. I was like, why, Dad? That's so trash. I like it. I'm like, but it's so, I'm on my bran flakes and they're just like, these are the most deadly cereals.
Oh God, I used to live off of bran flakes.
They're so bad. They're disgusting.
Why? It's unreal.
What a podcast ending, right? What a way to end it. But I think that brings us on to, that's everything covered really, because we talked about your journey with fitness, bodybuilding, future plans. We've answered all the questions. Is there anything you want to end the podcast on? Anything that we've not covered? Any sort of motivational quotes or things for the people? Or are you happy to just...
I suppose, seeing as we're lifestyle coaches, I suppose biggest thing is to not look at what we do. And just because we are your coach or you like what we do, think that you also have to do it.
Absolutely. I like that one. That's a really good ending. That's another reason why I've stopped documenting it as well.
Yes.
What I'm doing, because with prepper extremes, which I kind of am getting into the realms of, I don't want anyone to think that this is what's needed to look banging, because it's bloody not. My first ever cut that I did as a lifestyle client, I didn't stick to the plan. I took it too far. That's a whole other story. But it was done with flexible dieting. It wasn't cardio every day. It can be done. So if you want to do it and you want to be like us, that's cool. But if you don't.
Yeah, you don't have to be.
Be who you want to be. Be your own person.
Yeah. Bang on. Absolutely.
Get that on a t-shirt. Love that. Brilliant. But thank you so much for your time. I've really enjoyed this podcast. As well, you've always got to end on this. So if people have listened to this and they don't really know who you are, this is the first time they've come across you, where can they find you on like socials and stuff?
So my Instagram is Leanne_fitness UK. And I'm on there all day, every day, to be honest. So you won't miss me.
It's good to follow. It's all just like food and fitness and stuff. So if you're interested in that vibe, definitely go give it a follow. I'll leave it in the I don't know why I'm showing you, because most people will be listening, but I will leave it in the description in the comments. So if you can't be bothered to actually, type that yourself, all you have to do is literally copy and paste. So don't be lazy, go give her a follow. Be nice, be kind. And all that jazz. But we'll wrap that one up here. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. We'll see you on I will. Leanne will probably be back at some point, but not next week, on next week's episode.